little update before we get run away. We've just picked up this DT for 600 quid. As you can see, it's not the brightest thing at the minute. We haven't heard it run. The starter motor is dead. Apparently it's got no gearbox oil in it.
But got no rust in the tank though.
Got no rust in the tank?
Get yourself in there.
Oh yes. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can get it running now. Needs bumping. There was an engine case loose and just some little bits, but we'll track this as a project once we get fiddling around. It'll be a nice little bike for the backer.
Yeah, you heard that right. We bought a bike without hearing it running. Now, although the previous owner said it needed to be bump started, we couldn't get it to go when we had a look. And we put that down in most part to the wet leaves covering the ground everywhere. It was just skidding the back tyre. But I was happy with what I'd seen, and I did hear the engine turnover, the telltale sort of pop from the exhaust as it was trying to pump some air. I was happy to take the gamble. Realistically, for 125 learner bikes, the DT125 is up there with the Aprilia RS125 as the pinnacle of the little baby bikes. Whether you want to be on road, you want Supermoto or Enduro, because it comes in that trim as well, this is the way to go. So, coupled with the fact that it was blatantly looked after until about a year ago when it had started to slip a little bit, and the resellability, I was happy to take the gamble on not hearing it run. Now, from there, things moved pretty quick, most of it off camera or not really thought out, because this bike is going to serve a purpose in the immediate time coming to get Becky through her test. She needs a 125, something that's nice and easy. She can go and play out in between going for bike lessons and just ride when we go out and ride. So that's going to do it for her. Then following from that, we'll give it some proper restoration love, and the resellability will maybe end up with a nice bit of profit in the new year, just in time for the race season for me to stick it back into the Honda. So until then, what basically happened is we got it back, we checked for voltage, we had voltage at the starter motor, but it was not spinning at all. So we thought, okay, maybe it's a dead starter. So we pulled the case off the side, removed the starter motor, stripped it down to find a melted brush housing where it had obviously short circuited against the armature and got really hot and locked the starter motor up. So a bit of fettling around, we got it spinning, but unfortunately it wasn't turning the engine. So we thought down the lines of sprag clutch, but it didn't matter. We got it pumped, let it go, and it was time to get it ready for a test ride. Now, what this bike did come with is this lovely little bin bag full of parts. Yep, everything that seemed to be missing was just crammed into a bag, and within the bag was another little bag which had a lot of the bolts and stuff to go on. So we figured out what we could to get it into a roadworthy state to take it out for a test ride. And it seemed a little bit flat from what we remembered. We rode these back in the day. I guess we've moved on to bigger and better things since then, but it still seemed a little bit off, and there was a weird sweep on the bars that was putting your wrists in a funny position.
Well, she cleared up quite a bit. She was smoking.
Yeah, when I first got on it was a bit shit.
Yeah.
I say keep on running it as it is. It should only get better.
It'll need honestly, it probably just it'll need a few miles just to start pulling all the crap out of it.
We need to sort that tyre out, and then you're insured from tomorrow, aren't you?
Wednesday, I think it is. Tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm going to get paid 27 plus tomorrow, I think.
And then you just come out and play.
She's taxed, isn't she?
Yeah.
She just doesn't come on song like you'd expect.
Yeah.
It could all be in pure fucking learner mode as well, though.
Right,
how's that there?
Restricted still.
Yeah, we've been that off, restricted.
I don't think the exhaust side is restricted.
There's no upsweep there. It was just like a weird.
Yeah,
You're fighting that angle, but it's put it up. How's that there?
I found that when I put ventals on behind it.
Yeah, you put them down. I mean, bike. They're very light.
But I'm impressed with it, to be fair. I think it was. I expected it to be really fluffy, missing, all sorts of weird shit, and then pull shit through the car and then go, ugh, and it hasn't. So.
600 quid every day, isn't it?
Exactly, every day of the week. Even Tuesday.
It's better.
Feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminders. I'll chuck that fucking cable cleaner in my bag.
Yeah, it's a bit,
And that, so then
bit nuts.
yeah,
Well, it was when we first went out. It was like
chunky.
clutch completely engaged there, disengaged there.
My old DR was like that.
It was horrible. Now at least it's back here. I like it.
Yeah.
That should be off. That should be on.
Yeah.
Without
I will
taking hands
say
off.
though, your fucking clutch lever is far too short for doing shit like we just did.
On the KTM.
Yeah.
Nah, you got little bitch hands. That's what it is.
You go to the other
Yeah,
side.
there's something wrong with it. But it didn't look like there was much wrong with the DT, which was great news. We knew the rear tyre was gone, so we pulled the wheel off and sent that down to be swapped over. And whilst doing that, we noticed that the rear brake was sort of binding on a little bit. So we dropped in a set of pads and freed that up. That might have been why we had such flat performance. The brake dragging a little bit, although we didn't notice it pushing the bike. Once you'd have got rolling for long enough, it would have heated up and stuck on a little bit more and would have just seemed like the bike was a little bit sluggish. So hopefully we can get back on it, back out, and it'll be a bit more lively. Down the line, we'll probably be de-restricting this, but until then, we need to leave it learner friendly, nice and easy, and just let it do its job to get Rebecca confident on the road and out and about when we're playing. So stay tuned for then. We'll see how she gets onto it as a different bike from the Aprilia that she's known and their learner friendly little YBR things. But until then, we'll keep bump starting it and wait for that new starter motor to arrive, because we found something weird with the spread clutch. Stay tuned. See you then.
Gear shift's so smooth and like nice, isn't it?
Ooh, nice.
Compared to mine.
It's all weird positions because with the Aprilia, I'm used to being like.
Completely different thing. Yes, it's not a road bike.
It's so much more comfortable to ride on the road. It's kind of like.
Tell you what is gonna fucking make, I reckon, a fair bit of a difference. When she gets the jet wash tomorrow. Oh.
Jet wash in the rain.
Is it raining? Is it?
Oh, it's raining now. I think it's going to rain tomorrow as
It'll be
well.
raining for us all week, but.
Oh, we'll find out.